Hello my lovely, so how are we all doing? Got a little light coming through. This is a collective message from the fairies. Opportunity, gateways, fields. We'll see what the message is. Like I say, this is collective. It's if you choose to, some parts of it might resonate, some might not. But let's see, we've had the, oh, let me put my fairies back up. So we've had the old supermoon or moon in Cancer, which might have brought up a lot of maternal stuff, obligations, you know, things that, old stuff. It does have that old maternal kind of, it's one of the oldest planets apparently, and it may have, sorry, chatting on it, it may have brought up some stuff to do with responsibilities, all that real nurturing, but we have to obviously nurture ourselves first. This may have been highlighted during the full moon, which you know, might not have gone down well with some people. Now the only people that aren't happy about you nurturing yourselves are normally the people that have something to lose from you doing the inner work. But let's have a, we'll feel it out. Protection of the highest level, message for the collective on, I don't know what day it is, but these are timeless, so when you land on it, it's meant for you. If you could give it a little thumbs up and subscribe, share, whatever. I may have to just go live once I move. So we've got this at the bottom of the deck, we've got this Four of Cups. So this is boredom, this is back to back, this is dissatisfaction, nothing's happening, nothing's moving forward. They've both got their arms crossed, so they're not open to receiving, and there's real lack of communication there, but like possibly a little bit of boredom going on. Reminds me of the Four of Cups. It's like a standoff really, and it's like, oh, you know, there's no movement, there's nothing exciting going on. But we've got this Knave of Swords. Now the Knave represents the beginning of, so I don't know if you tuned into the Ravens messages, but there was clarity that came around the full moon. It might have even been in the fairies as well. And now it's this leap of faith. It's this clarity, it's this new idea, it's this, I'm going to jump and it doesn't matter where I land. I'm going to take the leap of faith anyway. So this is the opportunity. It's either a new idea or it's something that's come to light that is asking us to trust. She's got, you know, she's free falling. That's the song, isn't it? I'm free, free falling into this next chapter, regardless of outcomes. But we shall have a look and see what other messages come along with that. So this could have come from this feeling of stagnation, boredom, standoff, nothing's moving, to I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to take a leap of faith. And swords, like I said, it's either a new mindset. So it could be a new way of thinking about things, but it also could be using that sword to cut ties with whatever. I'm doing this on my own. I'm just going to jump straight in. I'm going forward with it regardless. So give me something to go with the Knave of Swords. Taking a leap of faith. It's not the fool, but it's almost like the plantation of the idea. Like I said, swords is the mind space. So it's like the plantation, or this new way of thinking. And I'm just gonna go for it. It's a knave, so it's the beginning of a new way of thinking, a new way of being, abundance. Oh, and there's a journey. So abundance landed out on my left knee. Well, left to me is coming in, regardless of what people say. I had an itchy left hand earlier, so I know something's coming in, and that's what we have to understand again is, well, but just realize that our bodies speak to us. There's not a book that says, oh, you know, right is receiving, left is leaving. Like if I've got an itchy left hand, it's coming in. Abundance. Prepare yourself for income in abundance. Release any mental blocks. So that's the mental block. You may have, in fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everybody. So that could be the mental block that's being released. It's like, I let go of this way of thinking, because there is enough for everybody. And she's got her wand in her hand. And it's also, I love the, you know, the fact that it's pink. It's in the heart space. It's, I have enough of everything that I need. You have to trust. And also this, like, leap of faith is, or this change of thought patterns is, I trust. I let go of resistance. That I am, you know, continually living in abundance is the message there. Bottom of the deck, we've got journey. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be important. Oh, it may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready. When the time comes, pack your passport now. So journeying is like when we physically move, and that again, this is this like leap of faith. She's just jumping. It's like, right, yeah, boom, I'm gonna go. Journeying can be physically journeying, so that's why they used to have a lot of pilgrimages when people move from their environment that they might be bored in. It expands the mind, and obviously you have experiences whilst you're on your journey. In this experience, she's met a rabbit, or she's it looks like, is it on a lead? She's taken it for a walk on a lead. But journeying on the outside also expands us on the inside as well. But journeying can also be in the mind. So it's definitely a shift from this stagnant energy of the Four of Cups into, I'm going to take a leap of faith. I've had a new idea. I'm going to jump anyway, into a mind state of abundance. There is no lack. And that doesn't necessarily mean money. It can mean, you know, abundance comes in many forms. Abundance could come in the form of having a rest. We'll get one from the healing fairies. Give them a little shuffle. Something with the Ace of Swords, Knave of Swords, which is the Ace of Swords really, and abundance. I think they wanted to jump. Abundance. That landed on abundance. It came in sideways though. Sensitivity, number 12. But it came in sideways. Sort of like, almost a little bit like this jump. It came in that way. So sensitivity, about being aware to everything. It's almost like everything around her. She's 100% in tune with everything around her. This sensitivity could be asking us to be a little bit more sensitive to our own feelings, or a little bit more sensitive to what's going on around us. But tuning into that, she is literally part of nature. It came in sideways, under abundance. So it could be that this abundance that is coming in may shift something in our physical selves that makes us, or is asking us to be a little bit sensitive around it. I mean, it takes a lot of strength and courage and a very strong mindset to always be in a state of abundance, and not everybody can actually understand that. So some sensitivity. Let's get something else, because that flew out underneath the abundance. Sideways. So it's coming in. Maybe the abundance is coming in, but there needs to be some sensitivity around it. So possibly like not letting it get to your head with this Knave of Swords, and being a bit sensitive to the fact that not everybody is able to shift into this energy frequency of abundance. It's very hard. People, you know, it's constantly shoved down our throats that, you know, there's a that we're in lack all the time, to try and keep us rooted in fear and in the bottom 3 chakras. But a belief of abundance, like I say, sensitivity, and it could just be becoming more aware of where the abundance is in your life, because people associate abundance with having lots of money, and it's got absolutely nothing to do with it. Abundance of energy, abundance of love, abundance of empathy, abundance of, you know, nurturing. Let's get another one on, because that came out on the left as well, and it's coming in. It coming in sideways, and again, this is all coming in around this abundance. Give back, number 6. So bottom of the deck, give back. It's like giving and receiving in equal balance. So whatever it is, this abundance of whatever it is that's coming in, you're being asked, it's like there's service to self, service to others, needs to be in equal. I mean, everything that's been service to self is actually being removed, or removed out of the realities. when we become of service to others. So we've got acceptance, and there's the massive full moon there, and she's riding on 2 fish, which is a little bit like the Chariot, but the waves are going over her. That is definitely in correspondence with that full moon that we had. So yeah, acceptance. It's like, I'm gonna ride the waves of this. I'm accepting my abundance. I'm open to receiving my abundance. And it's the emotional side with that moon in the background. It's like, whatever it is that came up, this is a green, so it's very heart chakra space. I'm accepting you know, whatever it is that came up to the surface, or I'm accepting the depths of my sensitivities. I'm going to ride them. I'm going to ride the waves of them. And that is what creates the abundance. We could be in abundance of feeling, being able to feel, you know, other people. This is acceptance again. With this is almost like this is a new thought pattern or a new way of thinking. I'm accepting that life isn't always going to be, you know, stagnant. We ride the waves. Sometimes they're still, sometimes they're a bit choppy. You know, obviously in the 3D matrix of this planet that we're living on, we're expected to be able to function 9 to 5, 5, 6, 7 days a week, sleep, rest, eat, work. That's not our natural flow. This acceptance is that, you know, sometimes things might be overwhelming. Sometimes emotions, you know, they're coming up. We're becoming more sensitive. We need to become more sensitive. These are both heart chakra cards. They've both fallen out under abundance. So it's that opening of the heart chakra, that abundance that's coming in to take this leap of faith or new idea, which involves a journey or moving, and then to give back. So whatever it is that's coming in, it's, even if it's like information, it's not for service of self, it's to be shared. And they've both popped out on that side, pink and green, so it's heart chakra. Let's just I'm going to move one of them. I think I'm going to move that one, acceptance, over there, keep sensitivity there. So definitely under this moon it brought up a lot of sensitivity. But she's on top, and the thing is, she's on top. She's not even looking where she's going. She's riding these fish. Sorry to keep going back to it, but she's just riding these fish. She's staring at the moon, like her head's above the water. There is this massive wave coming in, but she's like, I've got this. This is somebody who's done her shadow work. She's not afraid. She's like taking the fish by the reins. And again, the fish represent abundance coming in. Give me something more on this Knave of Swords. I think something just flipped there. So we've got the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. This is, I'm content. I've got 9 cups. I've filled my 9 cups with things that make me happy. Again, this isn't anything that's outside of ourselves, although the abundance might be bringing it in through manifesting. But this is pure contentment. I have 9 cups. I've filled 9 cups wish fulfillment underneath this leap of faith. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is bringing three things together. This could be three crafts, three skills, three people. But as you can see there, the butterfly is bringing it in. So it's combining. It's combining, you know, skills that we've mastered. But it could also be Three of Pentacles also is about three people coming together to maybe start a business plan. And we've got the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Now she's sitting pretty because she's in her heart space. She doesn't do anything that doesn't fill her heart space. She's mastered the art of over pouring out into other people or trying to chase, and she's very in tune with her dreams. She's poetic, she's romantic, but she manifests from her heart space, and she's very intuitive. She's the Queen of the Cups. That is mastery of going through all of the cups, mastering self, mastering being able to manifest. Bottom of the deck. So I'm going to put her under abundance. So it's being in that Queen of Cups state, which is probably quite relevant to the moon in the full moon in Cancer, because obviously it's like really divine feminine. I'm gonna sit and I'm just gonna imagine you know, what this feels like, and then I'm just gonna sit and wait for it to actually materialize in the 3D. But there's something about bringing three things. It might be three skill sets that you've worked at, mastered, but I do feel like when it says give back, it's like sharing those. I've learned how to do this and now I'm going to share it. And bringing three people together to create something. But that moon, Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords again is a little bit like the Four of Cups, but the Eight of Swords is I feel stuck, or I'm stuck in a thought pattern. It's an imaginary fear of I can't move, I feel trapped, and it is all in the head. We have to remember we're not trees. We can move. So this this Knave of Swords is almost like I'm breaking free, I'm moving out of, possibly because the moon brought it up, away from feelings, thoughts of feeling stuck in situations which don't serve us. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Empress, and again, like she's pregnant. It's harvest time. She's full of ideas. This pregnancy is new, but she is the divine feminine. I am abundant. I am abundance. I'm always pregnant with new ideas, and that coupled with the Queen of Cups would have actually brought this, you know, abundance in, this Nine of Cups in. The Empress. She is the mother. That fell out on the Queen of Cups. So there was the Queen of Wands is the shadow queen. She goes into the darkness. She faces her shadows. She faces her fears. She comes out with this wand. She is she manifests. She's a queen of manifestation and a very good businesswoman. Mastering the art of the wands as well. That fell out on the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. And we've again got the Empress at the bottom. Now, whether you're a male or a female reading this whole full moon in Cancer really activated the divine feminine within us all. But again, like the Empress, you know, she's just sat pretty. She's on her poppy, she's surrounded, she is sitting in abundance. She's pregnant with new ideas. It's harvest time. It's mastery of the divine feminine after going through and reaching the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Ace of Cups, sensitivity. So the Ace of Cups is like falling in love. My cup is, I mean, this again, this is like the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. This is, my cup is overflowing. I have so much coming in, so much love, so much sensitivity, so much abundance. And this isn't, you know, material. This is in the heart space. This is falling in love. But this could be falling in love with self. Falling in love, you know, seeing yourself as Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, you know, nurturing those sensitivities. And that again is going to the acceptance of that, understanding that some of those mind thought patterns are actually, they weren't ours in the first place. Being freed of that with this huge leap of faith, jump. It's a new thought. I'm going to start thinking differently about myself, possibly, which is going to bring in this abundance, this acceptance, and then falling in love. Ace of Cups is, again, I've got my cup is full. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Again, the Nine of Pentacles, this is such a positive reading. The Nine of Pentacles is, I have enough. I'm sat pretty. I mean, she's asleep. She's not even worried. And everybody around her is feeling content. They're all asleep. Not as in asleep, but they're just, they're not worried. There's no anxiety here. I've got enough. I don't rely on anything outside of myself. I have everything I need within me. Anything else? That was quite a few. So there was healing that took place, and we did get that the other day with the star. So that's like stripping down, getting right down to being naked, stripping everything off, really going deep, letting the waters flow. Again, it's like this acceptance. The star card is vulnerability. Being vulnerable is a strength. It's only if people take advantage of that, then there needs to be boundaries. But when we strip down and to our vulnerable selves and master, that's when the wish fulfillments come in, because we've surrendered, if you like. But it's also about being seen and shining. It's like we are stardust. We are stardust. If we were to project up, and I've said this before, I'm going to repeat it just in case someone needs to hear it, but if we were to project up into the sky and look down, we would be seen as stars. We shine from the inside. So that's a wish fulfillment coming in, riding the waves. Now, this may have taken some going inward. This may have taken a little bit of isolation. The Hermit is like going in to retrieve knowledge, or going into the shadow and then discovering new knowledge, which is enlightenment. And that's what the Queen of Wands does. she goes into the withdrawal. I mean, you know, it's winter, but that's what we're meant to be doing anyway. But there was this, I'm going to remove myself, I'm going to take some time out, I'm going to process, and then I'm going to find the light. And like I said, when we look down on the planet, we would actually be glowing from the outside, from above. That's what he's done. And then we had the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is somebody who's mastered the mind space. He's not very, he's very businesslike. It may have taken us to move into the King of Swords to have set some boundaries. But the King of Swords is very much like, I mean, his face says it all, really. It is what it is. He's in battle mode. I mean, he is very, I've got to see it to believe it. Very matter of fact, doesn't mince with his words, says it as it is, but he's very much, so it may have taken that kind of King of Swords energy to have moved through these emotions that were coming up. And then we've got the Ace of Swords. So there was clarity that came around during this shift movement. It's definitely to do with the moon, and it's a fresh start. But the Ace of Swords is clarity. I can see clearly now. It's the sword of truth. And that huge bubble around the head of the sword is the aha. I've got the truth. It's piercing through the rose. So it's a new idea, a new way of thinking. It's a new sword. The King of Swords, which is the divine masculine in, I'm not just going to say it, I'm going to actually go and do it. There was an element of truth that came to light, and it was clarity. It needed to come out. New beginnings. And it could have been that I am abundant. And then we've got the Eight of Wands at the bottom, which is fast movement forward. This is like lots of opportunities. This is expansion. I mean, he's having to pull the dragon back because, you know, there's loads of wands coming in, which is obviously opportunities, news, movement forward, messages, but an expansion of the mind as well. When we change our way of thinking, when we suddenly have this aha moment, I'm going to cut out all my negative thought patterns. Why do I speak negatively about myself? Yeah, how do I, you know, when we do that, then it encourages this. Then all of a sudden things start moving forward. It's gone from that boredom, that Four of Cups, to and again, the King of Swords is mastery of the mind. So it's like nobody has any power over the way we think. And I think that's what, I mean, the Queen of Swords is very much guardian of the you know, boundaries, no, and what is it I say? Thanks, bye. Eight of Cups. But this is the divine masculine in mastering his mind space to understand what I think is what is going to manifest, and has mastery over removing any thought patterns. You know, what I fill my mind with is what is going, you know, very, very strong. And businessman, he's a businessman. Very good in business. Very much in his head. Very much, I need to see it to believe it. Otherwise, you know. But it's balanced out very nicely here with the Queen of Wands. Whoa. And the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. We've got the topsy-turvies. So the topsy-turvies represent like things being a little bit muddled up, upside down. I'm going to go into that, but it landed over on the Queen of Wands. So I'm going to have a look at that. That might be what she's had to go in and do. That was the work. And it might have taken some sensitivities. It might have taken going in to do the shadow work, to be sensitive in being able to see everybody's perspective. We'll go into that in a minute. A bit more on the Ace. Right, so Ace of Swords and the Knave of Swords. And then give me something on the Eight of Swords and the King of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is feeling trapped, and then the King of Swords is like mastery of, that's just an illusion. But it is actually physically, you know, cutting ties, changing that thought pattern from I am stuck. That fell out on the Star, which is the Master Maker. So we're going to have a look at these. The topsy-turvies, which is number 51. Like I said, it's a little bit, topsy-turvies is change of viewpoint. So that is the Ace of Swords and the Knave of Swords. Fresh looks and new ways of seeing. Let's have a little read of it. Can you see them? In a reading, the Turvit suggests that things need to be looked at from another angle. We need to back off from our emotional entanglement and look anew. Much of the apparent confusion about the issue is caused by a faulty point of view. Get the opinions of honest others and then relook at your own defensiveness and denial that may be causing much difficulty. Try imagining that you are looking at the situation from the viewpoint of others involved. This is not an exercise in deciding how it ought to see, but in discovering how they really do. Words like he ought to see that are not useful. If the Turvits turn up, another point of view does not readily suggest itself. It may be useful to draw another card, or you might choose to do another reading. They are experts in the field. So like I said, it's this change of viewpoint. And again, it fell out on the Queen of Wands. She's had to go in, do some shadow work, get in touch with those sensitivities and be able to see things from a different angle, which is the Ace of Swords. It's an aha change. I'm going to change my thought processes or the way I think about this. We've also got 59. So, meddling, tampering, sabotage, helpful, fixing and order. Now, he landed out on top of the Star, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords. So someone somewhere is meddling uninvited in issues. It may be you or it may be somebody else. See if you can work out who it is and begin to untangle the messy web they have woven of confusion and disorder and misunderstanding. It would take great firmness to get this person to keep their sticky fingers out of your affairs. The amount of tact you use, which is the King of Swords, in sorting this out is up to you. But the boga type person doesn't usually notice hints. Remember, whoever it says they mean well, they may even believe that. It's very hard to believe that the bogus bad results are always just an accident. He may believe this, but we don't have to. Sabotage comes to mind. If you don't want the bogus hanging around looking for ways to help, make sure you don't leave things in the wrong place, dangling loose ends. So get anything in order. But there could be, that's why when I said about this abundance coming in, it's very important to, and that's why sensitivity was coming in sideways, to be a little bit sensitive about how you share your abundance, in that not everybody has the ability to feel abundance without outside resources like money or a boyfriend, you know what I mean? So it's very, I think there's a little warning here with this bogus like sabotage, that we need to be a bit sensitive in the fact that not everyone understands the true meaning of abundance, and it could cause a little bit of jealousy, and we need to be sensitive to that, and possibly use the King of Swords as well. Now we've got 22, the Master Maker, moving on. So this card to me, 22 is Divine Feminine, but this card to me is manifestations. The Master Maker, skill, craftsmanship, the Magician, moral strength and invention. So this again could be the Three of Pentacles all coming together. I love the fact that he's stood on her head and his wand. He's not got his duty out, is he, right now? So do whatever you do as well as you can, and then make it even better. So this is Three of Pentacles and your skills. The Master Maker reminds us that our very best work is always desirable, and in the present situation it is necessary for success. In fact, he asks that we surpass our previous best. Don't cut corners. Don't take the easy way. Whether making a thing or fulfilling a concept, be sure the design is elegant, pure and functional, and then follow it, attending to every detail. Design beyond your skill and then raise the level of your skill to fulfill it. Give and accept only the best, and do it with the love of your craft, whatever that craft may be. This card speaks of long-standing achievements, creative problem-solving and confident action. It may also suggest cooperation with others, especially from a position of responsibility, or of teaching one's craft to others. Success comes from practical application of traditional principles in life and in work. So that is, again, it's the learning of skills, bringing these skills together, either collectively or having three skills, passing it on, which is give back. This is what happens when you give back. Everything just comes to life, and that's what creates the abundance. So I'm going to close with a rose, as I do, but like I said, there needs to be some sensitivity around, because somebody, like I say, there might be a little bit of sabotage going on, because people simply don't understand how you can feel abundant without having all these things on the outside that we've been told make us abundance. It's a false reality, really. But it needs to be looked at, a change of viewpoint. Let's close with a rose. Lovely reading though. I don't know if anyone watched the live, but I've done a live of an old map that's on a globe, and there's unicorns on there, and mythology, anything that we're told, I believe, that was mythology is probably real. Probably it is real. It's almost like everything we're told, we just need to flip it upside down. It's the opposite of the rose garden. So the mystic rose: compassion, devotion, humility, humanity and grace is the bottom of the deck there. And that's that sensitivity to everyone on the planet, like. And the rose garden: innocence, forgiveness, and be gentle with yourself. I beg your pardon, I never promised you a rose garden. Along with the sunshine, there's gotta be a little rain sometimes. When you take, you gotta give, so live and let live. Oh, let go, oh, 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 oh. There's a message in that. When you take, you got to give. So let live and let go. There we go. I love you lots.